Hey guys, and welcome back to my podcast. First of all, I just want to say sorry that I haven't posted in a while, even though I intentionally did not want to be posting like on a regular basis for this podcast, just because I don't know, I feel like that would kind of take away from my genuine moments. Like, I don't want to just make a podcast every week, for example, just because I feel like I have to. I want to post things and like make podcast episodes when I really feel like talking about something, so that way you get more meaningful content from me. But that being said, at the same time, I do also want to make podcasts kind of often, but I don't know, I need to find like the balance between the two, I guess, for myself and figure out exactly what I want to be making. Anyways, I did actually make an episode about something really interesting. I had a lot of really interesting ideas for that podcast, but I haven't finished it, and also I feel like I was just being really repetitive, so I don't know if that episode will be coming out anytime soon. I do think I want to think about it a little bit before I finish the episode, but I do have a lot of interesting takes that I don't think I see many people online say, so I feel like you guys might be interested. And also, by the way, I did also make a couple of other episodes, but it's literally so stupid. Like, I literally just had like a technology issue and it basically deleted my audio files, and I was really upset because I actually had some really interesting thoughts in that episode and I don't even remember what I said, so I can't really repeat all of that because I literally cannot remember what I said. I just like word vomited a bunch of like stuff, but yeah, so I guess you guys won't be getting that episode or those episodes from me. But yeah, anyways, today I don't really have that much to say. I did have a lot to say yesterday, but I didn't have time to record an episode, and I kind of wish I did, to be honest, because like I have a lot of things on my mind, or I did yesterday in particular, but I again didn't have time to record one, and I wish I did capture that emotion in that moment because that would have been nice, but whatever. Today I don't really have much to say though. I will just kind of say though that yesterday I was kind of upset because basically, I don't want to give too many details, but basically I had an exam for my class that I'm in, and anyways, long story short, I'm gonna spare you the details, partially because I don't know if I should share that much stuff, but also like you probably don't care that much, although I was really upset, so maybe I should share it, I don't know. But anyways, long story short, for the class that I'm in, I basically am being forced to take a remediation exam for it as opposed to a retest for the class, and that really pissed me off because of my circumstances in the past. And what makes me the most angry about it though is that the exam is at the end of my winter break, and honestly I was just so excited to have winter break because here's the thing, for the past like year or so I have been like traveling a lot. Actually, not even like the past year, it's been like a while now, like multiple years, for the past couple or few years of my life, ever since like COVID restrictions, or not COVID restrictions, but like ever since it became acceptable to be properly traveling, like not just like when, I don't know, like they kind of lifted things in like 2020, like I was not traveling in 2020, but like whenever it became actually okay for us to be traveling, post pandemic, I guess, like that's kind of when I started to be traveling a lot. And I feel like my life ever since COVID has been so hectic, and so I don't know, like I was just really excited for this winter break because for the first time in such a long time, I was like, well, I'm not going to do anything. I'm absolutely not going anywhere. I mean, for example, like within the last couple of months, or actually, yeah, like a couple of months, I've been to Orlando, I went to Las Vegas, I went to Utah, I went to Arizona, but granted, I didn't really go to Arizona, I just kind of drove through it to get to Utah from Vegas. So anyways, 2 separate trips, but I just like went to a lot of places recently, and not even just recently, like as in within the last couple of months, but I've just been traveling a lot. And don't get me wrong, by the way, I'm very grateful, extremely grateful to be able to travel. I love traveling and I love all of that kind of stuff, and I'm not upset about that. It's not that I'm upset about it, like I'm absolutely happy and so grateful to be traveling, but at the same time I feel like I've just been so tired of like things in my life just piling up. Like I feel like something will happen in my life, and then before I can even process it, the next thing will happen, and then the next thing will happen, and it's just like an accumulation of trauma or an accumulation of just things happening in my life. Like I feel like I'm literally like a collector. Like, you know how people collect like rocks or like cards or something or whatever, like valuable item? I feel like I'm just collecting memories, and I feel like I'm collecting events in my life, but I haven't had any time to really process any of it. And it really, really bothers me because I'm somebody who definitely feels like they need to process things in their life in order to be happy, because that's my motto in life. That's how I feel about how you should handle things in your life. You know, I feel like the best way to live your life is to process things that happen to you, and especially in that moment. Like, don't just postpone them, don't just delay them. Just process your emotions in that moment and deal with the situation in that moment. Don't put it off, because if you do, it's only going to hurt you later on in the future. So I feel like that's just how I generally want to be living my life. And I think I developed those ideas, and I honestly developed all of my beliefs on life, all my morals in life, everything during the pandemic. So I think I said this in my last episode, but I feel like the pandemic really changed me as a person. But it's kind of funny though, because I feel like I had those beliefs during the pandemic when it was a lot easier for me to do all of those things and have all those beliefs. But now I feel like ever since COVID ended, it's just been so hard to like really live my life in the way that I chose that I wanted to in 2020 and 2021, because again, those were the years that really formed my beliefs and basically showed me who I am as a person and told me that this is who I want to be living like, you know. And I still try my absolute best to live the way that I decided I would back then, but I mean, obviously it's still hard. And so yeah, I was just really, really excited for this winter break, because for the first time in so long, I was truly ready to do absolutely nothing. Like my sister, she wanted to go on a trip, and I told her no, like we're not going on a trip, because I literally just want to bed rot at home. I want to go to my favorite stores in my hometown. I want to hang out with all my friends. I just want to lay in bed. I don't want to do anything. And I'm not even a homebody either. Like I feel like before the pandemic, I wasn't a homebody at all. I definitely did not like being at home. I didn't like any of that stuff. But now, like, I'm not a homebody, but I would say that I like being at home a lot more than I did before. And I've never been like a full introvert or a full extrovert either. Like, I've always been ambiverted. Like, I'm definitely in the middle, but I feel like now I'm a little bit more introverted than I maybe used to be. I'm also very independent, so I like to be alone a lot too. And I have no problem with being alone. Like, I've gone on solo trips for myself, by myself. And actually, that's a whole other thing, but I do really think that it's a really great thing that I made myself go on a couple of solo trips, because again, during the pandemic, I feel like I completely changed as a person, and I had all these beliefs about who I believed myself to be and who I wanted to be as a person in life. And I'm very grateful for that realization that I had, because I honestly don't think many people have that type of thing happen to them until they're like in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. But I'm very grateful that happened to me. And I don't know, I feel like I really found myself, and I still feel that way to this day, that I haven't really changed as a person since then, because I went through so much growth back then that I really found who I was as a person. And I'm very grateful that happened very early on in my life. But yeah, I think I'm just really glad that I made myself go on a couple of solo trips, because I feel like me going on those solo trips it was almost like a way for me to prove to myself that I've truly grown as a person. Like, I feel like I had a lot of theoretical things, you know, like when I was finding myself and like developing who I was as a person back then. I feel like I had a lot of theoretical things and a lot of things that I had in my mind, but I feel like the solo trip was a real way, like a real tangible way to prove to myself that I've really changed as a person, that I'm a much better, cooler, honestly amazing person than I maybe thought I was at one point. And I think that I'm truly so grateful that I did that for myself. And I know a lot of people my age are scared to do that kind of thing. When you have that type of growth that happens to you, especially at a young age, you kind of just realize you just don't want to live the way that I feel like a lot of people our age do. Well, I don't know how old you are as a listener, but that's how I feel about that. But I am upset that I have to now study for this remediation exam, because this remediation exam is at the end of winter break, which is so annoying, because that means I have to study during winter break. And like, that was literally my plan. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill, just want to be around my friends and my family and by myself also, and just have time to really think. I mean, I do have time to think when I'm like driving, or like, I don't know, like by myself in my apartment during the school semester, but it's not the same. Like, I don't really have time to really think about anything in my life, and I don't have time to process things in my life, and I just feel like the last few years of my life have just literally been me like accumulating a bunch of, again, events or memories or trauma or experiences, but then never being able to process them. And I really, really feel the emotional burden and toll that has had on me. And so, yeah, I just want to, I don't know, deal with all of these feelings that I've had for so long and experiences that I've had for so long, because that's how I know I will grow as a person, and emotionally mature even more, by going through those types of things. So yeah, I'm just kind of upset now that now I feel like there's another block there, I guess, being put in place, and now I can't do what I wanted to do and help myself mentally and emotionally, because I think that's like the most emotionally healthy thing to do. But it's okay. I guess there's always, some kind of silver lining there, and I can think of some reasons why it would be okay long term for me to have to be studying instead of, I don't know, processing my trauma. But then I'm just like, when will I get to? Like, I don't like living my life like this. Like, I genuinely want to have free time for myself, and I want to be able to grow as a person even more. Like, I don't know, I just want to really be the best version of myself, and I feel like I honestly currently am the best version of myself, and that's something I'm really proud of, because I feel like I've truly grown to be the way that I am in a way that I feel like a lot of people might not even realize is possible. And I'm so grateful again that I had those kinds of realizations earlier on, and I'm also grateful that I've been able to prove that to myself, that I am the person that I say that I am, and I am the person that I have always wanted to be. And I know that's kind of like, I don't know, kind of crazy to say, but I am honestly really happy with myself and who I am. But I just want to be able to continue living the way that I think I should be. And it, again, kind of sucks that I can't because of my school situation, but whatever. That is not really that important, I guess. It's important to me, but not to you as the listener, I'm sure. But anyways, I don't even know what to say now. Like, that was literally like the main thing I wanted to talk about. I have a lot of really interesting thoughts that like I don't think any of you have probably heard on the internet, or if you have, like, you should send them my way, because I probably have not seen them on the internet. But I feel like I definitely think a lot, and like, I wouldn't say I'm an overthinker. Like, I can be an overthinker, but I'm more so like a chronic thinker. Like, I just think about everything, and I feel like I am a pretty critical thinker, and I mean, I hate saying it because it sounds so cringe, but I am a deep thinker. So I think about a lot of things, and I think about things very deeply, I feel like, or I give a lot of critical thought to things, I think. But I wouldn't necessarily say I'm an overthinker. I can be, but I'm not always an overthinker. I guess maybe being a deep thinker and an overthinker are kind of related. I don't know, but I wouldn't fully say they're the same thing. But anyways, yeah, I have a lot of thoughts though in my notes app. And I actually, one of the episodes that I made that I lost the audio file for was me, like, basically just telling you my opinion on different things that I've written down in my notes app. And they were pretty interesting thoughts, actually. But I just really wish I had that audio file. But it's okay. But yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I have anything interesting to say. I mean, I wrote this thing in my notes app today. Actually, I just saw it on my laptop. But basically, I think I was thinking about the Luigi Mangione case. I don't really want to get into that right now, but yeah, I was thinking about that, and then I was just thinking about people in general and like human nature, and I just like wrote this kind of cliche probably quote. I haven't seen it online, but I believe it personally, so it's cliche in my head. But I wrote this quote that was like, don't follow your dreams, follow your morals, because your morals will take you much farther than any dream ever could. And I feel like that's so true. I mean, it's obviously true in my head, and I'm saying that it's true because I believe that, so it's true in my opinion. But I haven't seen this online. This is just me, I don't know, randomly thinking when I'm just like walking downstairs or something. But anyways, yeah, I feel like that's so true though, because I don't know, I feel like people really, especially with corporate America, oh my god, especially with corporate America, and also the entertainment industry, people love to claim that we should be following our dreams, that we should have a goal in mind and then do whatever it takes to get there. And I think it's such a bad narrative to be feeding our children and our society, because we then believe that the end goal is much more important than whatever you do to get there in the first place. And yeah, you should follow your dreams, but let's be realistic here. Like, a lot of people are not the best people, or they don't have good intentions, or some people, I guess, not everyone, but some people don't have really great intentions. And I guess that idea can sometimes be harmful, even though it's obviously like not intended to be harmful. Like, it's obviously a really nice, good way to motivate people, to motivate children, to, I don't know, do whatever it is that makes them happy. But let's also be realistic here. Like, I feel like some people just take that quote way too far. And so that's why I said we should instead follow our morals, if you have morals, because some people don't have morals. But if you have morals, you should follow them, because your morals will take you much farther than any dream of yours ever could. And that's just what I think. I mean, even like with celebrities, for example, and that's actually like the episode that I'm trying to make, the one that I mentioned that I'm trying to make, because I personally don't think celebrities should exist. And I was trying to make an episode on that, but I just got kind of tired halfway through, so I didn't finish it, but I will. But yeah, celebrities are not good people. And I was trying to think about that, or I was thinking about that when I guess wrote whatever this was in my notes app, because I mean, to be a celebrity, you have to be a bad person. Like, that's just literally how it is. And I'll again get into that in my episode, but yeah, I mean, most, if not all celebrities, they have to compromise their morals, again, if they even have any, in some way. And so I guess maybe when it comes to the success of our materialistic world, when it comes to money or fame, yeah, maybe they perceive, or not perceive, but like they believe that they are extremely successful, but they never will be. They never will be successful when it comes to who they are as a person and how they are in terms of happiness. I mean, that's why celebrities are always so miserable. I feel like, I think that morals will just take you so much farther than dreams ever will, because at least you have that peace of mind knowing that you're a good person at the end of the day, and at least you know that you did everything right in your situation. And I'm telling you right now that peace of mind, that clarity, I guess, of mind, no, I don't know if that's the right word, but like, yeah, that peace of mind is worth so much more than whatever dream you want in life. If you want to be, like, whether you want to be some famous crazy billionaire or a celebrity or a farmer or whatever it is, if you don't have morals and if you don't apply your moral code to how you get to that dream, then it doesn't matter at all. And if you follow your morals, I guarantee that you will be much happier mentally overall if you, again, care about morals, and if you think that you want to be even somewhat of a good person, then yeah, your morals will definitely play a much larger factor in your happiness than something like money ever will. I just think people need to be more morally good people. And I think as a society, we've definitely lost the plot a little bit. Like, we definitely don't place an emphasis on morals as much as we should. I mean, that's also why I was thinking about the Luigi Mangione case, because I mean, kind of a hot take here, but I don't think we should be praising him for what he did. Obviously he's hot, okay, like we all know that. And also, like, he has so many great things that have been coming out about him as a person, and like literally no one has anything bad to say about him. Like, anyone who has ever known him has never said anything bad about him. And obviously he has a lot of great qualities in some senses of the word, but at the end of the day, he still killed someone, and I don't think we should be praising a killer or a murderer. Like, no matter what it is, murder is absolutely wrong, like 100% wrong. And you can't convince me on that unless it's for like self-defense, in which case, like, that's different, obviously. But when it comes to murder, I don't think anyone should be murdered. Like, no matter who they are, even if they're Hitler, they should not be murdered, because if you value bodily autonomy, personal autonomy, whatever it is, if you value that, and again, that's a huge part of being human, that's a human right that we have to our own bodies. If you believe in personal autonomy over your own life, over your own decisions, if you believe in freedom, if you believe in your own body, then I don't think it's justified for anyone to strip that away from you, even if you are the world's worst person. That's not something that someone else should ever be able to decide. That is on you. And that's why I also don't believe in the death penalty. And I guess that's also another thing, is like people who don't believe in the death penalty, I've seen a lot of them still be like, well, the CEO deserved to die. And here's the thing, is like, I absolutely do not think that CEO is a good person at all. I do not want to defend him as a person. He was not a good person. And also the healthcare insurance company needs to absolutely pay for their fucking crimes against humanity. Okay, like, I am absolutely sure that company is a horrible, horrible company, and that the CEO should have paid his crimes against humanity in some way that wasn't death. Death is not going to do anything, because also, if anything, like, that was just kind of pointless, to be honest, to be killing him, because the CEO will be gone and then a new CEO will be replaced, like, immediately. It doesn't do anything. I understand Luigi's, like, point and all of that, and that, it was also kind of to induce fear in these wealthy people, these rich billionaires or rich CEOs, or just the elite class in general. And I understand all of that. And I also think it's, even though I absolutely don't agree with what Luigi did, I think at least somebody is taking a stance in some way, especially since he also was coming from, like, a wealthy background. Like, I feel like it's one thing if it was, like, someone from the working class doing that, but it's another thing when you have access to all of these privileges, and you have had access to all of those privileges your entire life, and you still choose to side with the working class. And not working class, but just, like, the vast majority of Americans, and you still, do something that is against the wealth of all of these people, even though you are wealthy yourself. Obviously there's levels to it, though, because the billionaires and, like, these CEOs, like, they have a different level of wealth than Luigi's family probably has, but still, I think that's still commendable. But again, I absolutely don't agree with his actions, and I think he's still a criminal. And if you put me in a room with him and locked me in there, I would be so terrified for my life, because if someone is capable of murder, then who knows what else they are capable of. Murder is still murder, no matter who it is. So anyways, that's not really what I really wanted to talk about. I said I didn't want to talk about the case, but I ended up talking about it anyway. You can tell me what you think. Also, I'm trying to talk really quietly because I'm at home right now, and so my voice is kind of shaky. Also, I'm kind of nervous too to be making this episode. But yeah, anyways, that is really all I have to say today, I guess. I have more things to say, but I just, like, don't remember what my thoughts were throughout the day, so I can't really share them. But yeah, I definitely want to be making more episodes, though, now that I'm back home and it's winter break, and yeah, I have to study, but, like, I do want to make this podcast work a little bit in the way that I want it to, so more episodes will be coming in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. And yeah, you can definitely expect more episodes from me in the future as well. And yeah, I'm gonna go now. All right, bye.